gonna lock myself in here because they're playing the piano. Playing it pretty well too. Man, the visuals in this game are just messed up whenever you are in the dark, but for a little while. So there was nothing this way except for that door, but I just assumed it was locked. I guess I should check it. It is locked. Door leading to local history. Is there another entrance? Piano is right there. What in the world? Huh. You can do this, Shepherd. You can do it. There's blood. You can do this, Shepherd. You can do this. You're a macho man. I believe in you. I need a... There we are. Pick up some oil. Always have 3 on me. That's the plan, at least. You, Roach. You little bug. You go, you vermin. You have no place here. I missed both times. Alright, let's get going. I see a hole. Some scrolls, paper, parchment. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Alright. Oops. This piano's playing now. Oops.
Much of the castle is old and hasn't been tended to for centuries. When the shadow arrives, it won't take long until things start falling apart.
We're just buying time anyway. Let's do what we can.
There isn't much to be done about the wars. We should reinforce weak structures. The ground will tremble and there's a risk everything will cave in on us, especially downstairs.
Uh-oh.
Here, and there. Let's get the servants working on it.
Servants? I don't like servants. I bet the monsters are the servants. Hey, the music stopped. Tabule. I think something collapsed in on itself, especially downstairs. Alright, nothing here. Uh-oh. I'm going wiggly again. I would just crawl under this table.
17th May, 1839. After pounding the unforgiving stone wall for what seemed like an eternity, I realized it was hopeless. I was trapped. I fell to the ground, gasping for air, trying to focus.
It was
That's when I
airtight?
saw a faint blue shimmer.
Oh.
My weakened body was heavy to carry, but I managed to push
pretty
myself
fast.
toward the enchanting light.
I can't look away this time.
It was waiting for me. Enclosed in dark nothingness, I felt myself drawn to the mystic light.
A mystic light. That's a cool title.
I reached out, closing it in my hands.
It's so grainy, the
Faint glow
textures.
escaped my fingers and began to spark brightly and spirit me away, unlocking alien memories of spiraling towers, endless deserts, and impossible geometry. The next thing I can remember is the grating sound of stone being lifted, the voices of the Arabs pulling me to safety, and grasped firmly in my hands was the broken pieces of a most peculiar relic.
The music's back. Okay. Just gonna...
You have to be swift when you activate the first one. You hear that? If it stops, you'll have to start over.
Isn't all this a bit excessive?
You can never be too careful, Daniel.
I bet all these candles would make the house really warm. I mean, it's a big house, I guess, but, you know. I'll light some over here. Maybe right here. That should be enough. Oh, that looks like a grabbable. Thank you, Mr. Box. Oh, this one isn't red. Local folklore. Altstadt and Brennenburg Castle, 1801. Another region rich in lore is Altstadt, deep within the East Prussian woods, where in Prussia, okay. For centuries, there have been stories surrounding the hamlet and its neighbor, Castle Bramber. The quiet forest-clad mountains dressed in scattered lakes is picturesque as can be picturesque, albeit the area is haunted by the dark. Ask any local, that was a bit weird. Ask any local and you will hear proof of widespread superstition. All travelers should indulge themselves in such conversations, since it will certainly serve as exciting entertainment. Of course, everyone loves being told that they're gonna die. All of them have their own twists and on the tales, but there are some motifs that keep reappearing. The Gatherers. This story reaches all the way back to the time of the 30 Years' War. It is said that the soldiers who abandoned their duty got lost in the cold, dark woods and were forever danged to roam the grounds. Their bodies rot while their tainted souls have left them disfigured and empty of essence. Many have cited them over the years and described them as horrid revenants. They move silently through the woods, shying away from any beholder. They are called the Gatherers, as seem to follow more ambition to steal living creatures. It is their prey which can be heard struggling inside damp burlap sacks dragged behind them, which reveal their presence. What dark scheme do they follow? A visit undone. Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa, the well-known erudite, visited Altstadt at the start of the 16th century. He resided in the local inn for a fortnight. I love that word, fortnight. As he looked for the remnants of kingdoms past. During his stay, all the prominent members of society had noticed he has been mentioned in his records of the time. One day, he went to investigate a burrow in the northwestern glades, only to never be seen again. Oh, spooky. Heinrich is known to have passed away in Grenoble some 10 years later. He dismissed the notion of ever visiting Altstadt, which makes you wonder what really happened. Who was this mysterious man who visited the sleepy hamlet in the woods, and what happened to him? Oh, I apologize. I didn't mean to do that. It just kind of came out. I don't know. The Immortal Baron. The Baron of Brennenburg lives in a reclusive life with his family at the castle nearby Altstadt and makes like most those of noble birth. Rumors are inherited alongside with the title. Researching the history reveals a little more about the castle. It was consumed by a fire in the late 16th century. It was rebuilt by Alexander, a nobleman from the Rhinelands, claiming the role as protector of the Prussian state. Wait, it was burned down in the 16th century. It was rebuilt by Alexander when? Like, directly after? Because aren't we fighting Alexander of Brennenburg? Okay. A nobleman from the Rhinelands claiming the role as protector of the Prussian estate. Alexander helped the region to flourish and remain popular throughout his presumed lifetime. The family has always been secretive when it comes to lineage and heritage, therefore birth and death of Alexander and his offspring have never been fully recorded. This has fed the idea that the Baron is in fact the one and the same who came from the West over 300 years ago, lived throughout the time of occupation, and joined the coveted owner of the Black Evil, along with great leaders of this country. When was this? It was like 1810? 1801. So, the same Alexander, which is here, is rumored to be over 400 years old, because this was from 1801, so it would be 400 years, because this is in the 1900s, right? Or at least late 1800s, so yeah, about then. Alright, that was a bit good reading. As you can tell, I am not good at reading.